camera setting, I had to put it on the like non-video setting because I'm outside, so I want you to be able to see me. So the video like footage may be a bit weird or grainy. Oh dear, we've lost a ball. Good girl! I'm currently throwing the ball for the dogs, so if you can hear barking or panting, it's them. So hi. I have not planned this video. I haven't. No. I haven't really thought about what I'm going to say. I think Alfie. But I also am filming this because I also think I need to just like talk at a camera. And yeah, just like the video diaries used to help me, so that's what I'm going to try and do now. Sometimes in life things do not work out the way you wished them to. My journey of living in Paris has changed course, shall we say. Yes, I decided to part ways with the family that I was au pairing for. It just wasn't working out, and like, yeah, oh, we've lost a ball. It was one of those times in life where you have to put yourself first and put your mental health first, even if that means upsetting people, and potentially making people dislike you. It's, hang on, she's getting panicky because she can't find the ball. Yeah, I wasn't happy, just for numerous reasons, and yes, moving abroad is extremely difficult, and I always knew that the adjustment period would be difficult, because you are building a whole new life in a whole different country. You're surrounded by different language, like I always knew it was going to be difficult, but I felt like there were other things that were contributing to my unhappiness, and because like things that could be changed, and yeah, it was a very, very difficult decision, but I knew that I had to listen to my gut and put myself first and do what I thought was right for me. It's shitty, and I am hopefully, I've basically come home for some respite, which is why I'm at home with my dogs. Yeah, home a lot sooner than I thought I would be, but I'm hopefully going to continue my journey in Paris because I absolutely love the city, love the whole culture, the whole energy, and really, really loved living there and experiencing that. So I am working to get back on track and be able to go back and kind of start my Paris journey again. Yeah, I feel like I was literally just listening to the Psychology of Your 20s podcast. She literally just uploaded an episode about like changing your mind and admitting that something is not working, which is very fitting, seeing as that's kind of just what I've been through, having to admit to myself and then like the people around me that something that I thought I wanted and I thought could do, I wasn't able to. It's literally at her feet. It's at her feet. It's there! 3 times. I've no... Good girl! Yeah, it's just not been a good time. It's not been a good week. Things are not going as I thought they would, and unfortunately that is life. You can have this grand plan and life goes, no, we're gonna do something different. You know, things don't always turn out how you expect them to. Things aren't always as amazing as you would expect them to be. But on the flip side, some things turn out as, you know, better than you could imagine, and you know, it's both sides. But unfortunately I'm on the kind of negative side. And especially I find it really difficult when things go wrong or things go awry, because I feel like I've just had a lot of that in my life, and it threatens my mindset, and it puts me in a very negative headspace and a very victim mindset, which I have worked so hard over the years to get away from a victim mindset. Like, I used to feel very strongly that, you know, anytime something bad would happen, my immediate reaction was, well, yeah, of course it would be me, because nothing good ever happens to me, you know, everyone hates me, da da da. And I felt like that for a lot of years, and in doing so I did make the life of people around me quite difficult, because it was like my core belief, and I would almost push people away because I wanted it to be proven true. And kind of like when I first went to uni, I did so much work during COVID, the lockdowns. I did so much work on trying to move away from that, because I found that it didn't benefit me at all. Like, I would rather be positive and see things in a positive light, because it was just making me miserable and it was causing me a lot of problems. So I really worked really hard with my therapist on my own to like reframe my mindset and not be so, oh, you know, woe is me, poor me, victim mindset, because I just didn't like that, and I didn't like who those thoughts made me become. But every time something kind of significant in my life goes bad, like when I had the breakup, my brain is very quick to try and slip down that path again of, oh yeah, of course it happened to me because I don't deserve to be happy. And that's what I'm going through right now. you know, no, I had this big dream of moving to Paris and living the life that I had always dreamed of. Like, that was the plan, the goal. It felt like, you know, throughout, don't mind the tiger, throughout my life, like, I've always been called to Paris. Like, it was just spoke to me, and it was like, wow, I'm finally making it happen. Like, I've had kind of shitty year with my breakup, with the stress of fourth year. Like, a lot happened that I didn't understand, but it was like, oh, but Paris is at the end, and you know, it's like a new life is waiting for me. And when that new life doesn't work out or looks different to what you expected it to look, for me it's very difficult to wrap my head around and to understand why. And of course, comparison is a thief of joy, but I look at all, you know, I'm very lucky and grateful that I have met really good people since living in Paris, who have also uprooted their lives to go an au pair, nanny, look after children. I look at all of them and think, okay, well, this didn't happen to you and it's working out for you, and why is that fair? And I hate when I'm like that, and I hate that mindset. But yeah, I don't really have the answers right now because it's very fresh, and Paris is still my dream, and it's still where I would, right now in my life, where I want to be. So I am gonna go back. So it's not as if, you know, I'm here forever, I'm home forever, and like that's the end of that dream and there's no other chance at living there, which I am aware of, but it still just feels, I don't know, it's the change of plan, it's the like having to be at home right now. Alfie. Even if it's just temporarily, it feels like so wrong because this was never in the plan. And maybe that's why people say you can't really plan your life, because life throws things at you that you cannot control. And I know that if I had continued down this planned path, my mental health would have suffered, and I have worked so hard and so long on my mental health that I'm just like not willing to compromise it. I'm not willing to consciously put myself in a position where it's damaged, because I'm just not. Even if that does mean letting down people, letting down the dreams that I had, but like I just like made a promise to myself so many years ago that like I would do whatever I had to do to like keep myself content and happy, and I'm trying to live by that promise, and I'm trying to do good for me instead of always putting the needs of others first. But it doesn't mean it was an easy decision, and like I'm not gonna go into it, but it's just been very, very difficult to make that decision to leave, and also then to deal with the fallout of that decision. I feel very mentally drained, and my brain is just screaming, it's always me, like always something like this happens, and I don't feel in a place yet to kind of counteract it. I do feel pretty depressed, pretty low, and for now I think I just have to let myself sit in it, because I'm not really going to force myself to see the positives when I don't believe it right now. But yeah, sometimes things don't go to plan and life throws you in weird directions. And I have had this before, and then, you know, years later it has become clear why that certain thing had to like not happen, because then other things happen. And like I said with the breakup, like I'm too close to this current situation to realize like the why it had to happen, because I can now think that way about my breakup when in the moment it was the worst possible thing and I didn't understand why it had to happen to me. So maybe with time. But even still, like, there's still a lot of why surrounding the breakup, and that is just life. There is often a lot of why questions because you will never know. There's, you know, unfortunately there's no one there to tell you. And that's what I struggle with. And like for so long I've just wanted like my happy ending, and I feel like I deserve it, and like I have so many people in my life telling me I deserve it. I can't understand why it feels like I can't get my happy ending. It's such like it's an awful thought, but and I don't like thinking it, but sometimes I do think like maybe I was just never destined for a happy life, or destined for like stability and peace, because I just feel like there's always something. And again, that's that like victim mindset speaking, and I am not saying that no one else struggles and no one else experiences things, because people experience horrific things every day and not everyone shares them, and you have no idea what goes on in people's lives. But because it's my life, it feels amplified to me because that's what I'm experiencing. And I just feel sad for myself, and like I want to give myself a huge hug, because I have been trying, and I've tried, and I do try to be there for, I don't know, I try to be a good person. And it's really difficult when you have to let other people down or create animosity with people. I'm just very tired. And part of me does want to give up and just say, nope, I don't want to go back to Paris, because what's the point? Because something else is going to go wrong and I'm going to be unhappy, and I'll just stay here and be sad forever. That's where I'm at right now. But that's why I wanted to come on, because I wanted to be totally transparent, because again, this big thing has happened, but like if you follow me on Instagram you wouldn't be able to tell, and it's just, you have no idea what's going on. You just don't, and social media is not real. And like, the whole point of this channel is to share the ups and downs, and that life is not perfect. It will never be perfect because it's life, that's the nature of it. And I did not want to portray this, you know, I have still had such an amazing time living in Paris, and I've had really good memories, but like, that can exist as well as me, you know, all that stuff that I have filmed and shared, that was all real. It's not as if I was faking that, but that can exist as well as me struggling a lot behind the scenes with different things. So yeah, even though it's like scary to post this because I kind of feel like I've failed, like, but there are examples all over the world and in every day of like, the things just don't work out sometimes. You can think you want something when actually, when you go and do it, it's not right for you. And it's a shame, but it's life. And there's other routes, there's other options. You're not stuck. It feels very fresh. And as I said, I hopefully will be going back to Paris soon and to restart. But if I'm a bit quiet on my channel, it's because I am just kind of getting myself through this difficult patch. Yeah, I'm kind of scared to tell people because I just feel like it's me failing. But I've learnt a lot, and you learn so much from your failures. And even living in Paris for 2 months basically has taught me so much, and I already feel like I've grown so much in these 2 months that I'm excited to go and grow more. But right now, like, maybe the universe just said to me, you need some time to relax, you need some time to figure out what you really want to do. But again, yeah, I'm not really in the mindset to really think about the positives, but I just wanted to sit down and talk and tell myself and remind you guys that life does not always work out the way you want, and it often there will be curveballs. There will be curveballs thrown at you, and sometimes you have to make tricky decisions and put yourself first. And it doesn't make you a bad person, because you know you best, and like, there's no point living a life to make other people happy, because then you're not living your own life, you're living a life of other people. So yeah, it's been difficult, but I have chosen to put my mental health first, to look after myself, because if I look after myself, then I am then able to be a better friend, a better family member, a better worker, a better dog owner, if I look after myself first. It's not easy. It's not easy choosing yourself, and it's not you will lose people over choosing yourself. But sometimes, yeah, it's okay to admit that things aren't working out the way you thought they would. And it's okay to say, nope, this isn't for me. So, that's where I'm at. I will obviously keep you updated, and I hopefully will speak to you very soon. But yeah, bit of a rough patch, but this is the reality of life and living with mental health, and I always want to be honest with you guys. So I'll talk to you very soon. Thank you for watching.